Hello everyone, I'm Gabby, I'm your group admin, and I wanted to talk to you today about probiotics after an incident I had with a client today. It was interesting because being in the health field, you start to presume that people know the same sorts of information as you. And so this particular lady had come and she was on a specific strain of probiotic, and it turns out she was on completely the wrong type of probiotic for the health issue that she was trying to achieve. So she was saying, probiotics don't work for me. I've been on this one a while now. It's doing absolutely nothing for what it was that she was coming in for. And I said, may I take a look at it? She actually had it with her. I had a look and I said, well, this is actually the wrong type of strain. And she said, well, no one tells me this. No one's told me the difference. So I thought there's quite a lot of confusion out there, and I thought it'd be good to perhaps do a Facebook Live. So the purpose really of going live is to bust a few myths and hopefully give you a few tips. So I think I'll just start from the beginning of what a probiotic actually is. It's friendly bacteria. It's a really easy and effective way for us to actually look after our digestion. It can help with our immune system, it can help maintain overall health and well-being, but obviously it can be confusing as to what to actually look for on the market. So most people really, they've heard of lactobacilli. These tend to live within the small intestine, and their properties are in helping you to improve your secretion of digestive enzymes. They actually help you to break down food. And another strain that you may have heard of is the bifidobacteria. So they tend to live more within the large intestine, and they can help with regulating bowel movements. Probiotics, they have loads of different names, but you have the genus and you have the species. And then within each of these genus of bacteria, there's loads of different types of species. So if we take a well-known one, for example, which is Lactobacillus rhamnosus, the genus is the Lactobacillus, and then the species is the rhamnosus side of it. But then we can be far more specific, so we can look at specific strains of this. So the Lactobacillus rhamnosus Rosell 11, for example, that's been shown to stabilise gut health when you're taking antibiotics. You know what it's like when you take antibiotics, you can get quite bad diarrhoea. So that Rosell 11 has been shown to specifically reduce the antibiotic associated diarrhea. But then another species would be Lactobacillus rhamnosus GR1. So that's been shown not to help so much with digestive health, but it's more to do with colonizing the vaginal tract. So I use this with my clients who have, say, thrush or cystitis or bacterial vaginosis, anything that's more within the intimate female area. So knowing which strains are out of balance within our own gut can actually help then to choose which species of probiotics we're actually using. So one of the myths that I come across is that people say that you need lots and lots of different strains of probiotics. And although I do agree with that, because we do need a decent number, sometimes it's actually the combination that's more effective. So Lactobacillus rhamnosus Rosell 11 and Lactobacillus acidophilus Rosell 52, so these are different species obviously, they've been shown in trials when taken together to be very specific at reducing diarrhea. Saccharomyces boulardii is one of the most researched probiotics, and that one is quite specific for diarrhea in adults. When that's combined with the Bifidobacteria lactis BB12, that is the most documented bifidobacteria that can be shown to help with constipation. So one of the best ways in which probiotic supplements can work in synergy is when we've created this perfect, favourable environment within the gut. So it's fine taking all these probiotics to support the good bacteria, but actually if the environment isn't correct internally, if there's lots of, say, undigested food, if you're eating the wrong types of food and causing inflammation, then it's the wrong soil for the probiotics to actually start to thrive. So it is the soil that can be the issue, not the microbes per se. So one myth, another myth rather, is that the probiotics should be enteric coated in order to reach the gut alive. But actually, of the 10 most researched probiotics worldwide, none of them actually needed any type of coating in order to survive the stomach acidity. So they, the one that perhaps is different to that is one particular strain called VSL. But of the 10 strains of most research, they reach the stomach alive. They survive that stomach acidity, which is perfect. But another myth is that your probiotics need to be stored in the fridge. But actually, with new advancements in technology, they actually freeze dry the different strains, and they survive. So they're also discovering many new strains that are naturally quite robust within themselves. Again, the only one that actually required refrigeration was this VSL. It's VSL number 3. So let's look at the different roles of bacteria within the gut. So we've got lactobacilli. So that's the one that's quite abundant within the small intestine. Oh, hi Sanjay. Hi. What type of food should we eat? That's quite a broad question, Sanjay. Food that's not inflammatory, but I'll leave it at there. So we've got lactobacilli that can help with the small intestine. We've got the bifidobacteria. Now this is within the entire digestive tract, but it is quite specific within the large intestine. Many of you will have heard of Lactobacillus acidophilus. It's probably one of the most prominent types of probiotics. This one's great because it actually has been shown to inhibit the growth of the pathogenic bacteria. So Salmonella, Shigella, E. coli, for example. Lactobacillus casei. Now that one is mainly within the mouth and the digestive tract, but it helps to break down carbohydrate. So it inhibits the growth of pathogenic and putrefactive bacteria, mainly within the small intestine, but it's very antimicrobial. Another really antimicrobial one is the Lactobacillus plantarum. That again is within the small intestine, and it secretes a natural antibiotic, actually, that one, called lactulin. So it can help kill off bacteria, but also different microbes that aren't supposed to be there. And then this one that I've been talking about, the Lactobacillus rhamnosus, this one's in the small intestine and then in the vagina as well, depending on which actual species that you're going for or which strain that you're going for. But the rhamnosus actually helps protect against the invasion of all sorts of harmful microorganisms because it stimulates the gut lining cells to produce a type of mucus called mucin. And by having that mucus lining, it prevents toxins from actually reaching the bloodstream. So this particular strain, Lactobacillus rhamnosus, is probably one of the most researched types of bacteria. Then we've got the bifidobacter strains. So Bifidobacterium bifidum, that one's predominantly within the large intestine. It helps the body really complete its whole digestive process, and it specifically helps absorb key minerals like your calcium, your iron, your magnesium, and other vitamins as well, such as the B vitamins. It also helps to produce lactic acid, so that helps to lower the intestinal pH, and that can then help to inhibit all these types of unfriendly bacteria that you can find within the gut. Then there's Bifidobacterium infantis as well. So this one is really useful against Clostridia. So Clostridia, Salmonella, Shigella, these are all infections which can cause diarrhea, cramping, pain. But this Bifidobacterium infantis is really, really well researched. It stimulates the production of all these immunoglobulins, which are really important for your immune system. And one of the last ones that I'll talk about is Bifidobacterium longum. So most of these bacteria are actually naturally occurring in the gut anyway. It's just that they're sometimes out of balance. That's the problem. So this one's within the whole intestinal tract, and it helps in correct putrefaction. So this is the natural breakdown of foods and wastes and bile salts, but it also helps to synthesize or create the B vitamins. So B vitamins are really important for all types of detoxification. They help support the nervous system, so we feel calmer. And this Bifidobacterium longum also actually helps stimulate one of the immunoglobulins. I'm just trying to think which one. It's immunoglobulin A. So that's really beneficial for the immune system. For people who are coming down with colds frequently, or you can feel your glands coming up, but it's not really coming out into a cold. The type of thing where you generally feel unwell, but you're never really sure why. It doesn't really come out. And this Bifidobacterium longum is the one that you'd find in your fermented milk products. So like your kefir or your yogurt, it actually helps to improve the lactose digestion, which is like a milk sugar that you find within dairy products. And it's often that milk sugar that people have difficulty breaking down, possibly because they don't have enough of the lactase enzyme that helps in breaking that down. I think that's all I've got to say on beneficial bacteria. It's good to actually talk about the different strains, because if there's not the knowledge there and you're choosing the wrong types of bacteria for your gut, then you won't be seeing any benefits. So if you want to work with a health professional who can actually help you guide you through the process of healing your gut, this is what Desiree and I do. So we're your group admins. We try and come on live to talk about key topics. If you go into the announcements, you can see different ones that we've talked about. We're naturopaths. We see clients day in, day out, but we believe in the importance of testing. So testing the gut flora amongst other things, and really having this individualized approach that allows us to actually tailor a protocol to your digestive needs. So if you want to find out what's going on with your gut flora, we can certainly run some tests for you. If you want to see if you can qualify to actually work with us, you can book on a health transformation call, and you can do that at youribssolution.com/apply, and we'll be happy to jump on a call with you to see if we can be of service. Sonia says we're not meant to drink milk at all. I agree and disagree. So I would say that some people definitely don't do well on milk after the age of 7. The ability to actually digest milk diminishes. But if you do look at other cultures, you'll see that camel's milk, mare's milk, buffalo's milk, yak's milk is actually drunk and forms a major part of their diet. But the difference being it's straight from the animal. You know, it's raw, it's got live enzymes in there, it's got loads of this lactofermentation. It's very healing for the gut. It stimulates immunoglobulins. But I would absolutely agree, Sonia, we should not be drinking the stuff that you can buy off the shelf, which has been pasteurized, homogenized. And to be honest, there's a study, if you fed that to a calf, that would kill the calf within 6 weeks. So yes, we should not be drinking what you buy off the shelf. But potentially some people can do quite well on some kefir type products. So if you'd want to find out what's out of balance in your gut, then try us at youribssolution.com/apply. Thank you for listening. If you have any queries, will you pop them into the comments below and let me know of your experiences with different strains of probiotics. Thank you.